Everybody wants to think like Einstein. But let's be honest, most of us can't even decide what to watch while eating noodles at 2 a.m., and that's the problem. You think geniuses are smarter than you. But what if they just make decisions differently? What if being a genius is mostly a system? Because the truth is, most people don't have a thinking problem. They have a noise problem. Section 1. The illusion of intelligence. Look around. Everybody wants to look smart. Big words. Fake productivity. Reading one psychology quote and suddenly acting like Batman. But real intelligence, it's quiet. A genius doesn't waste energy trying to appear intelligent. Because while average people are busy winning arguments in YouTube comments, geniuses are busy building lives. And here's something nobody tells you. Most smart people actually look stupid in the beginning. Because they think independently. And independent thinking always looks weird at first. When Elon Musk said reusable rockets were possible, people laughed. If you told people 10 years ago that you'd make money dancing on TikTok, they would have called a therapist. Now your dentist has a ring light. That's how fast the world changes. But geniuses understand something most people don't. The crowd is usually late, very late, like downloaded crypto after the crash late. And that leads to the first rule of thinking like a genius. Section 2. Geniuses reduce noise. Genius thinking is not about adding more thoughts. It's about removing unnecessary ones. Think about your brain like a phone. Right now, most people have 73 tabs open: social media, notifications, comparison, fear, regret. What if she leaves me on scene again? No wonder you can't think clearly. Your mind is overheating. Geniuses protect their attention like it's gold, because attention creates thought, and thought creates reality. That's why some of the smartest people in history loved silence. Nikola Tesla walked alone for hours. Einstein played violin. Newton literally disappeared from society to think. Meanwhile, we panic if Wi-Fi disappears for 8 seconds. The modern world profits from distraction. A distracted person is easier to control, easier to sell to, easier to influence. But the moment you sit alone without music, without scrolling, without stimulation, your brain starts waking up. And honestly, that scares people, because silence forces you to meet yourself. Section 3. The secret behind genius decisions. Now here, where things get interesting. Geniuses are not always faster thinkers, they're clearer thinkers. Most people make decisions emotionally, then justify them logically afterward. That's why people text their ex at midnight, buy courses they never finish, say starting tomorrow, for 4 years straight. A genius pauses. They zoom out. They ask, what would this decision look like after 10 years? That one question changes everything. Because genius thinking is long-term thinking. Average people optimize for comfort. Geniuses optimize for freedom. Average people ask, what feels good now? Geniuses ask, what builds my future? That's the difference. One mindset builds dopamine. The other builds destiny. And no, you do not need a 190 IQ for this. You just need awareness. Even Warren Buffett said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Which is funny because most of us say yes to things we don't even want. Want to come out tonight? No bro, I need sleep. 30 seconds later. Actually, yeah, I'm outside. Section 4. The power of thinking slowly. The world rewards speed, fast replies, fast money, fast opinions. But genius often moves slowly, not because it's weak. Because it's precise. Think about a sniper. One shot, one decision, one moment. That's how high-level thinkers operate. They observe first. Most people react instantly. Geniuses reflect, and reflection is becoming rare. Today people see one motivational clip and suddenly want to grind 18 hours daily. Relax, you watched one reel. Not a spiritual awakening. Real transformation is boring, it's repetition. Tiny decisions repeated daily. That's how powerful minds are built, not through motivation. Through mental discipline. Because eventually, your life becomes the result of your patterns, not your potential. And that's hard to hear, because everybody loves the idea of being special. But genius is often just consistency without applause. Final section. The real truth. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You don't become smarter overnight. You become smarter every time you think before reacting. Choose focus over distraction. Choose learning over ego. Choose long-term over temporary comfort. That's it. Genius is not lightning, it's accumulation, small thoughts, small habits, small decisions repeated for years, and one day people call you gifted, without seeing the years you spent building yourself in silence. So maybe the goal isn't to become Einstein. Maybe the goal is simpler, to stop living on autopilot, to stop letting distractions think for you, to stop wasting your mind on things that won't matter in 5 years. Because your mind is powerful, but only if you control it. And that's rare now, very rare. So the next time you think, "I'm not smart enough," remember this. Most geniuses were not born thinking differently. They trained themselves to. The real question is, will you?